Greeting to all. This is my fifth experiment. Left side of the margin, we should write the exercise number. Below that, we should write the date. The experiment name is self-concept. Below that, right side of the page, we should write the experimenter initial and subject initial. In the previous videos, I haven't talked about the procedure. We have to know the procedure. The subject should be seated comfortably. The sheet will be given. The subject has to answer all the questions. There is no right or wrong answer for the response. The subject try to give their response according to their feel. The answers should be kept secretly. There is no time limit for the experiment. 15 to 10 minutes the subject will finish the experiment. Self-concept scale is given. It contains 51 questions. Each question have 5 responses, that is strongly agree, agree, undecided, disagree and strongly disagree. The subject has to tick any one of the option. After finishing the work, the experimenter has to scoring the sheet. In this experiment, the scoring key is given. There are 10 constructs, that is health and sex appropriateness, abilities, self-confidence, self-acceptance, worthiness, present, past and future, beliefs and convictions, feeling of shame and guilt, sociability, emotional maturity. In the sheet it contains 10 constructs. What are the questions in each construction? Which question belongs to the 10 dimensions? For example, the first construct is health and sex appropriateness. The question number may be 10, 11, 13, 14 and there it is mentioned positive or negative response and it is given how much mark to be given for positive items and how much to be given for negative items. After giving mark, we have to calculate how much of mark the subject has got in each construct. There are construct in the self-concept and one more point is there. In each dimensions, mark will be differ for male and female. There it is given for example the first construct is health and sex appropriateness. For male 21, female 19. If the square is equal or above the level, it is positive. If the score is below the level, it is negative. After finishing, we have to move on to the table 1. The table 1 shows the subject data. The subject, how much of mark the subject has got in 10 dimension, positive score or negative score, it should be mentioned and grand total should be written is positive or negative. Here my subject got 174, it is negative. After completing table 1, we have to move on to the table 2. And the table 2 shows, the table 2 contains data of the group. There are 9% in my group. I have to collect the data of 9%'s score in each dimension and positive or negative. After entering the data with positive or negative, mean of men and mean of women should be calculated. In this table, we should not calculate the mean of group. After table 2, we should write the discussion. The discussion should be 2 paras. In the first para, we have to write the aim of the experiment. Here the aim of the experiment is to measure the self-concept of the subject. After that, mention each score of the subject also with general score and state whether the self-concept of the subject is positive or negative. Here there are 10 dimensions. In the discussion, we have to write the score of the subject and whether it is positive or negative. My subject has got positive in only 4 dimension and I have written the score and the dimension name. The subject got negative in 6 dimension and I have written the mark and 6 dimension name. In the grand total, my subject has got 174, that is negative. The general score of the subject is 174 is negative self-concept. In the second para, mention the highest and lowest score in each constraint and interpret. Here there are 10 dimensions. In each dimensions, who got positives and who got negative should be written and general total also. After this, comparing the score of women and men in each constraint and explain the nature of difference. For this, we have written 3 points. One is men and women are same in certain areas. In certain areas, men got positive, women got negative. In certain areas, men got negative, women got positive. I have showed what I have written in the discussion, second para. After this, we have to write the conclusion. Only 3 points are there. The subject's self-concept is positive or negative. Second point, the self-concept of women is positive here and that of men is also positive. Third one, individual differs in the self-concept of self. Only 3 points in the conclusions. In other experiment, it is 4. For self-concept, only 3 is given. And reference is also given. We have to write what is given in the practical book. Thank you.